that people have discovered here include so these are some of the most extreme desert climates anywhere on Earth. The cold desert, where the mean annual temperature is between -14 and -30, depending on the site. So Blood Falls was first discovered by Griffith Taylor. As well as being striking in appearance, Blood Falls has an unusual cause. Their reddish-brown coloration is due to iron oxides and not algae, as was originally thought. The iron compounds come from a subglacial lake under the Taylor Glacier. When the unusual chemical profile of the lake water allows a kind of chemical bacteria to survive without any sunlight or input of organic molecules from the outside. So the bacteria take up iron ore and sulfite into the lake, and that causes the red colour of the water. Also, sometimes the water flows blood red because it's the only place on Earth where this is known surface manifestation of a very deep salty lake with which harbours such microbial life. Also, there's a place called Don Juan Pond, which is one of the most curious bodies of water on Earth. It's hypersaline, so it's saltier than any other natural body of water on the planet, with salinity at over 40% of dissolved solids. Saltier than the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea is 34% salt, and the Don Juan Pond is 40%. It's discovered in 1968 by 2 helicopter pilots, and they were astonished to find that even though the temperature of the water was the air was -30 degrees, the pond was still liquid thanks to the amount of salt in the water. The pond formed due to water being sucked out of the air by a process known as deliquescence. This is what salt does. You put a salt crystal on the kitchen table in Sydney, it'll deliquesce. In other words, it'll become wet and eventually it becomes soggy. So this is how the water gets into these lakes. It's just sucked out by the amount of salt that's in them. So it's extraordinary. And we're over one of those valleys at the moment. So these are extraordinary places. They've been used, it's almost a cliche, but they've been used to mimic Mars. So they brought people here from NASA to wander around imagining they're on Mars. Just because it's such an extreme environment that the temperature is cold, but the lakes are hot. It's weird. So this is the right valley, I think we're in at the moment. And a lot of work's been done in those right valleys by the New Zealand Antarctic Research Expedition. They came here a lot because it's fairly close to Ross Island, where the New Zealand Scott base is. It's a small base, but it's just next to McMurdo Sound. So McMurdo Sound is the American base where there's up to 1,500 people in the summer. And then there's the Scott base, which has about, I think, 28 or 30 people over the winter. So just fantastic. And we're getting just a stupendous view of it now. And one of the last features is a place called the Labyrinth, where there's this erosion. And the geologic features are presented often clearly on view. One of the largest and interesting of such features here is a region called the Labyrinth and consists of a series of channels crossed into a 300-metre thick layer of bedrock that total around 50 kilometres. The channels are 600 metres wide and they are significant valleys, if somewhat dwarfed by the size of the mountains and landscapes around them. The top of the rock that makes up the labyrinth shows striations that indicate the glacier flowing over them at one time. There are potholes at some junctions and channels that are 35 metres deep. Reverse gradients, parts that go uphill against the general downhill trend. These features indicate that at some time, very fast-flowing glacial meltwater in huge quantities passed through. This was millions of years ago.
Amazing, isn't it?
The channels of the labyrinth likely to have been eroded by the episodic drainage of huge lakes that lie under the East Antarctic ice sheet. So this adds credence to the story I was telling about West Antarctica, where there's volcanic activity and huge quantities of sub-glacial water. That sometimes the labyrinth is formed by these periodic flows of huge amounts of water that came out of the ice sheet. Quite astonishing. Okay, so we are now heading towards Ross Island, I think, and Mount Erebus. Yes. And
I saw another girl there and she wandered off, so...
We're also heading up to 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, or that might be Eastern Summer Time. I'm not sure, but we're going to find out when midnight is. There'll be a sea change, as well as the most fantastic viewing here in the Right Valley, just leaving the Right Valley now. So we're coming out of what's known as the dry valleys and coming into the top end of the Ross Sea. So from here, it's ice all the way to the South Pole, and this is the main hub of American activity in Antarctica. Okay, I'll just hand back to Peter for a minute. Okay, so continuing on with our story of heading from Davis around to Zhongshan. So yeah, the plan was that we were going to finish this bamboo cane and then have a discussion about what our plans were going to be. Before we'd finished drilling the last bamboo cane, the blizzard was upon us. So basically we packed up and got back into the vehicle. The second vehicle, which was approximately 500 metres behind us, and stopped. They had us on their radar, and we said, we'll just take a compass bearing and head back to Fuji. So one of the guys did that, and they radioed back and said, well no, you're actually heading away from us. So we did a 180 degree turn and we were on track then. And it wasn't until we were about 2 metres away from them that we saw them. That was the degree of the blizzard we were in. We were in a full-on blizzard. So we managed to get our birthday. And we're having a radio station. I can hear in the background. They were singing happy birthday. In the meantime, the station leader, who was in the other ambulance, was trying to control the bus. I've got this broken happy birthday song being sung. Any other visit finally made it. We got out of the ambulance and stretched to the exit.
It'll be a late day, it'll be a good day, but I've never done like that.
We nominated one of the guys to cook up a bit of breakfast using a LPG cylinder and toasted them. And in the meantime, the rest of us would start digging all of the snow out of the engine compartments out of the ambulance and getting the engines operational again. So the next half an hour we'll be doing that.
I got that from the angle with the wing.
Oh, okay.
This is
It's fantastic, the change in scenery.
Yes. Well, I mean, we
You
just
think
had
it's
all
the
the all of the
The rocks and the lakes. Yeah, just
You
amazing.
get a chance to see the lakes?
Yeah, we did.
The aqua column.
Well, I didn't see the aqua column. We saw the
I
brown.
got the glacier. Did you get the glacier? Yeah, the glacier coming down with the water.
In the meantime, we
It's
defleeted the motors and
unbelievable.
we got the engine started. So we let them idle on. Had a bit of a crew and made this toast between the sixes.
I got that one on a different
And
angle.
once that was done, we jumped on the diesel mechanic, jumped back in the machine and we went to drive that forward. And
I got away from it.
So basically what had happened was that when we stopped initially, there was a little bit of heat in the tracks of the hackman. And when we had stopped, that heat built some of the snow.
Can only get one angle.
So the tracks